All right, welcome back to the channel. We have the final conclusion to the drama as we now know what the findings were for Ryan Garcia and his PED investigation that led to a suspension. And the suspension is not for what anybody guessed it would be for, even though it was right in front of our face. And it's not cheating. I told Devin Haney fans that you guys were celebrating when you shouldn't have been celebrating, and that this was a very light punishment for Ryan Garcia. And the lightness of this suspension just got all that much more light when you understand what the New York State Athletic Commission actually said. And it seems as if there's a plausible argument to be made that they accepted that his supplements were contaminated. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And as we all know, Ryan Garcia tested positive for Ostarine in his system slightly before and right after the Devin Haney fight. And as a result of that adverse finding, he was investigated and entered into an agreement with the New York State Athletic Commission that resulted in a suspension, a very light suspension, a very light punishment. And people were saying, well, that means that we know he cheated. Well, guess what? The actual order came out, and it's not about him cheating. And I don't always like to do trying to guess at what the mentality is of people and why they do what they do. But in this particular situation, I am going to look at that, and I'm going to look at it on both sides of the spectrum. And I'm going to tell you, Ryan Garcia got off, and strictly by the letter of the law, you can't call him a cheater, or at very least, you can't say that they found that he cheated, and you can't say that he admitted that he cheated, because he got suspended for not notifying the New York State Athletic Commission about the supplements that were contaminated, among other supplements, I assume. Now, this is going to take a little bit of thinking. This is not going to be a funny video. I'm not going to be able to crack you up and insult this person and insult that person. It's just going to be an honest, factual-based analysis of what took place. Now, before I get into it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much. Shout out to my guy, Sean Denton. I've been mispronouncing your first name. I do apologize. Shout out to my guy, Matty O, thank you so much for your support in the super thanks. It really, really, really makes a big difference to the channel. But let's get into this, man. I'm going to actually read something for you because I want you to know what the ruling was. Respondent, which is Ryan, has been advised of his rights pursuant inter alia, and then they cite the rule, and waives his rights to required notices and agrees to be bound by the terms of the conditions as set forth herein. Respondent admits to the allegations and violations set forth herein and affirms that all violations alleged by the commission have been or will be rectified in accordance with the terms set forth herein. 1. Respondent, and this is the claim, respondent failed to disclose to the commission physicians all prescription, non-prescription medications or supplements taken prior to the bout in violation of New York, and they cite the law. That's it. That's the only rule that they cite. This is the only thing in this document that he admits to. And then they go into the punishment. So let me read this again for people who hard-headed. Respondent failed to disclose to the commission's physicians all prescriptions, and non-prescription medications or supplements taken prior to the bout in violation of New York GBL section 1007.4, 19 NNCRR section 208.8A. Do you know what that does not say? That does not say that he intentionally or even unintentionally used Ostarine. It also does not say anything about IVs. It also does not say anything about, that's it. Doesn't say anything about those things because it says failure to notify. Now, what do we know that he failed to notify? That is a medication, performance enhancing supplements. Banned substances are not medications and they are not supplements. We know that he turned into them 2 supplements that he claimed were contaminated. One was NutraBio and there was a second one. And so therefore, if he did not notify them of the fact that he was taking them, they said, okay, well, that's a violation of our rule because you're admitting to us that you took these supplements. You didn't inform us of that. That's a violation of the rule. And that is the only rule listed in this document as him admitting that he violated. And they suspended him for 1 year, starting the date of the failed test. They charged him $10,000 and they said he must give back to Golden Boy, forfeit or give back to Golden Boy $1 million, his fight purse, which I don't know if they actually laid out the exact amount. And then they said, and this is something that they got wrong in the press, respondent shall continue to be medically suspended until such time that respondent provides sufficient medical evidence demonstrating that to the satisfaction of the commission that respondent is medically fit to fight. Such medical evidence must include a urinalysis that does not indicate a positive result for illegal or prohibited substances as mandated by the commission, including a negative result for anabolic agents. Now, just so you know, this is probably what people are going to try to cotton on to. However, anabolic agents, Ostarine is not an anabolic agent. And just so you know, he does not have to be subject to random urine tests for the year. The only thing he has to do is submit evidence, a clean test, to the commission. People had been reporting previously that he would have to be supervised for a year. Now, again, I was taught when I was in college that the A is in the details. And all through my life, heard people say the devil is in the details. These are the details. So I don't see where it says in here that he has to be supervised for a year and and be subject to random urine tests. It says that he has to submit a report. He has to Such medical evidence must include a urinalysis, which does not indicate a positive result for illegal or prohibited substances as mandated by the commission, including the negative result for anabolic agents. Okay, that does not say, like as was reported, that he has to do random urine tests for a year under VADA or under anybody else. So that's what happened. Now, this is the part where I go into, people want to say it was a plea deal. Okay, I'm going to present two arguments for you. It's a plea deal. I do not decline that is a plea because he did not go to a hearing. He waived his right to a hearing in exchange for this. So people will say, well, that means that he was guilty and they just gave him a break because he was guilty. And so he figured I'll take this. And so I don't get any worse trouble. Right. And that means I'm really guilty. That's one way you can look at it. But in the case of any plea deal, there's two parties to the plea. There is going to be, on this case is Ryan, and the other case is the New York State Athletic Commission. And the New York State Athletic Commission could say, hey, we don't really think we can I don't really think we can win this. I don't think this is going to hold up if he appeals it. And I think this could be a lengthy battle, and I don't really think we have enough evidence for this. He submitted that he had Ostarine in his system, and they submitted a hair sample that said that he was clean. We talked to the people in the medical doctor that did this. So there's a lot of question about whether or not this could really be in his system. And hey, man, we may very well if we fine for him, we very well may get sued by NutraBio for defamation because they will be arguing that they didn't do it. Man, this could be a really big headache for us. So look, we don't really think we have a very strong case for him for intentional ingestion of it. We don't. And the medical evidence points to the fact that this is not really effective in a competitive sense. So why don't we just get him on what we got him on? He gave us the supplements. It's against our rules for him to take supplements without telling us. So, hey, look, let's just squash this. It's easier for us. Look, we'll give you a suspension for a year, this, and this, because you violated this rule. Are you okay with that? Because guess what? You're not going to get out of that. Because Ryan can't get out of that. Because Ryan has to admit that he violated the rule, New York State Athletic Commission rules, so that he can get out of the presumption that he intentionally ingested a performance enhancing substance. So if we want to play the guessing games about why people did it, why this thing came down, play the guessing game on both sides. But at the end of the day, the devil's in the details, or the A is in the details. Either way you want to look at it, depending on who you are. Ryan Garcia did not admit that he cheated. And the New York State Athletic Commission did not suspend him because of a positive test for Ostarine. They suspended him because he took supplements that he was required to inform them of, that he didn't tell them about. But my understanding is that he did tell VADA about the same supplements. So this is just, people are going to say, and this is what I've said from the beginning, this is a bad look for Ryan, because Ryan could be completely innocent and people are still going to think that he's guilty just because he popped, because he had it in his system. He's going to get hit with something because he had it in his system from public perception. At the same time, though, Ryan really didn't have much of a penalty for this. And people can say, why the only reason that they say that it was the supplements was because that, it was the fact that he didn't notify somebody of the supplements is because it's a plea deal for him. But on the other hand, you have to wonder, why is this sentence so light? Why did he get a $10,000 penalty in 10 months? And he was not ordered to have 24/7 testing. He just has to submit one urinalysis, one medical report with one urinalysis saying that his system is clean when he starts fighting again. It's next to nothing. Even the forfeiture of the $1 million is next to nothing because the next fight he gets, he can just negotiate to get that back he can take that right back from Golden Boy. Not difficult. Hey man, I'm not fighting this fight unless you pay me an extra $1 million because I didn't cheat and you know I didn't cheat. And they'll say, well, okay, we know you didn't cheat. Here's your $1 million back. Let's keep it pushing. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section and don't get mad at me because I tell you the facts. Whole lot of you guys talk about, I just want facts. All we talk about is opinion. Man, I'm giving you stone cold facts. These are facts. Okay? Facts. Anyway, with that, I'm out. Deuces.